Good morning, my tubies, my TikTokers. SheilaTruelove here with you this fine morning. This fine Wednesday morning, the day after Independence Day. I hope you had lots and lots of barbecues that you attend and you had an amazing day. Right now, I want to talk to you about, if you don't have someone come into your life that's going to add to your life, you don't need it. And, I can't speak for all women, but I've noticed that ever since I've been single, all of a sudden my life, it's so much more peaceful. And the reason I say that is because I found marriage to be very, very draining. As you know, I've been married 2.5 times. The 0.5 is I was engaged to be married a third time. I dodged that, but then I ended up marrying someone else. That was a total disaster. We were not equal. We didn't share the same interests. And when you are dealing with a person and you don't share the same interests, I find that those people are very boring. They're just boring. I like intellectual, educational things. I always ask people, what is your favorite? Give me 3 or 4 of your favorite movies. Give me 3 or 4 of your favorite TV shows. Like my favorite is TV shows, series, Soul Food, the series, all of the seasons, Little House on the Prairie, Highway to Heaven, Touched by an Angel. Those are my 4. My favorite comedies are My Wife and Kids, Martin. I love Frasier, and I love Seinfeld. That's like a dry sense of humor. I like to know these things about a person because it tells me a lot about you. It gives me an idea of how you think. It's just important to me to know these things. Anyway, without further ado, I want to share with you Ace Metaphor. He's amazing, as we all know. And listen to what he says when it comes to being in relationships that are draining and when someone is not adding to your life. Wow. Huge waste of time. And when you waste your time, you waste your life. Here we are. Come on, baby. Educate these people. Educate them.
My life and make things easier? What the fuck I need you here for? It's as a single person. I am here. But I get in a relationship with you, you weigh me down. You drain me. I pour into you, you don't pour back, so you are depleting me. What the fuck I need you for? It ain't even I'll do bad all by myself. I was doing good by myself. Now I'm with you, now I'm doing bad. That's why I hate that phrase, I'll do bad all by myself. No, I'll do awesome without you here, draining my energy, restraining my wings. I can't fly in this relationship with you. If I am worse off with you than without you, I'm gonna drop you. Don't come in my life if you don't think you can add. Because if you not adding, you subtracting. Before I was with you, I was happy. Now you subtracted that. I have self-confidence. You subtracted that. I'm talking about, man, I'm more stressed out than I've ever been. I'm less loved than I've ever been. I'm more lonely than I ever been. I don't have to do bad all by myself. Best believe. So if I can't do good with you, best believe I'm gonna do good without you. If you don't come in my life and make things easier, what the fuck I need you here for?
Did he not hit the nail right on the head? Yes, he did, honey. Like I said, I could not have expressed it any better than that. When you're dealing with people who are draining you and taking away from your peace because they have no direction, they're unable to lead, and you're so tired of trying to build a man. Nobody should have to try to build a man. Are you kidding me? That's draining. It's exhausting. Dealing with these men who are unstable, unhealthy. And my thing is, how is it that men honestly feel that they deserve to be leaders over women and children when they can't even exercise self-control over their little head? They're always following their little head instead of the big head, even though half the times the big head is the brain is all fried up from drug usage and God knows whatever else. But you can't even control that little head, and you honestly believe that you should take charge and be a leader? Help me understand that part. But just like Ace Metaphor said here, if you're not adding to my life, then you're subtracting. Now that you came into my life, I noticed that I'm more stressed. My self-esteem is not as high as it used to be. I'm not as confident as I was. It seems like I'm doing 99.9% of everything up in this relationship. Like with my ex, I noticed that there's not a time or day that we're together that this dude is not asking me for something. Can you help me with this? Can you show me how to do this? Can you do this for me? Or it's something. It's always something. And I said, you know, when you call me, or you calling me to take me out, calling to give me something, 9 times out of 10, they're always calling to take something or ask for something. It's exhausting. And like I said, please, let me just share something with you. I want to share with you 1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 8, verse 28, and verse 38, and verse 40. And this is from the Contemporary English Version of the Bible. Read it from different versions so you could get a full grasp. Here it says, "My advice for the unmarried and for widows is that it is acceptable for them to remain single just as I am. It isn't wrong to marry."
I get in a relationship with you, you weigh me down.
I'm sorry. I hear you, honey. I hear you, baby. It isn't wrong to marry, even if you have never been married before. But those who marry will have a lot of trouble. And I want to protect you from this. Verse 38 says, "Those who marry will be okay, but those who remain single will do better." However, I think I am obeying God's Spirit when I say she would be happier to stay single. Now, this came straight from the Apostle Paul's mouth, and he was inspired by God. All scriptures is inspired by God. He was inspired by God to write this. The only reason I see, this is what I'm saying, this is my view, the only reason to get married is if you have a strong sex drive that is uncontrollable. Other than that, staying single is the best route to take. As people age, we know that their sex drive, it starts to dwindle. And now what? When you got married just for sex, now that your sex drive has dwindled, you got married women who are in sexless marriages. So many people are no longer having sex in their marriages. Now you just pretty much stuck. You're stuck. You know what I'm saying? Now you're stuck in misery. Now, like I said, I've been married twice, 2.5, and I was engaged to be married a third time, but thank God I dodged that bullet. I've been on both sides. I have. I've been on the single and the married side. Trust me when I tell you, the Bible, it has never lied. And it is so right. Single is so much better. Let me tell you why. Because it's less stressful and it's easier, and you can focus and give more of your time to God and Christ. When you have a husband, you're worried about trying to please him, trying to please God, trying to please Christ, trying to please yourself, trying to please the children, but when you're single, you can focus more on spiritual things. The Bible makes it very clear that in this imperfect world, pressures are on us from all sides, and it is not wise to take on additional stress in an already very stressful world, and the Bible wants to spare us from this. No adult, let me tell you something, no adult who works 40 plus hours a week, they want to come home to arguments, aggravations, stress, annoyances. No one wants to come home to that. And that's pretty much what you're coming home to when you're married. Aggravation. Whatever helps you to glorify God and Christ the most, that's the best route to take. Glorifying God and Christ is the main point. And right now, to be honest with you, I am too busy enjoying my life right now for me to be thinking about some marriage. And I look at Kendra G and I see all these women still signing up, looking for a man. These women got 2, 3, 4, 5 kids, 6 kids, different baby daddies. These men have done nothing but abuse them. And they're still out here looking for a man, looking to sign up for abuse. And then when it blows up in their face, they're talking about they're a victim. You're not a victim. You know exactly what type of dudes are out here. And yet you still trying to sign up for it. You still out here looking for a man. For these women who have like 3, 4, 5 kids, to children, period. You need to be focusing on raising your children and managing your household and building your household up spiritually, making sure those kids get to church. The Bible says, do not, stop the fellowshipping together. That's what you need to be focused on instead of being on some show trying to chase after another man. Really. That's my viewpoint. That's my opinion. I'm entitled to it. You're entitled to yours. I'm not going to get mad at you. I respect your right to your viewpoint. And please respect mine. These women have more than enough to keep them busy. You have women all over the place coming up with six figures. They're becoming entrepreneurs. Not sitting around here chasing after some dude that's just going to come in your house and you already know what's up. He's going to try to dominate and control. Dominate and control. Why do women want to keep signing up for that? I don't get it. I post videos in my comment, I pin it. So that's the first comment you're going to see. So you can see how these relationships in this modern times, how it ends up. And yet women want to still keep signing up for it and they go around crying how no good he is. You knew that when you was going in. You know what's up. Do you have access to the internet? Yes, you do. Do you have TikTok, social media? Yes, you do. Do you look at the news? Yes, you do. Have you ever looked at divorce court? I'm hoping most of you have. So don't act like you don't know what's going on out here, because you do. And you still want to keep signing up for it. And then you want people to have empathy and compassion when you get dogged the hell out. I'm sorry, I can't help you. Sorry. Have a good day, child.